Hey, what's up guys? I'm gonna do something kind of different today. I've never done this before. I'm gonna make like a how-to video. I've had like, a person or two like ask me to tab my stuff out or teach me like finger pick or like tap, or whatnot. But, yeah, I normally would just tap that stuff out, but I'm really terrible at tapping stuff, especially stuff that includes taps. I get really confused of where I'm supposed to like type like everything. So normally when I try, it's just not helpful to the person. So rather than do that, I'm just gonna teach like you some parts. I'll take it slow and I'll show you how to play fast. Yeah, I'll show you the riffs right now. I apologize if they're sloppy. I just kind of like relearned a lot of them by like watching my old videos of me playing them, and so I haven't like played like this stuff in forever. I don't play in this tuning anymore. Started using standard. It's like more fun for me, and that because there are like a bunch of people that play in these alternate tunings that are way better and write some really cool stuff that's like my favorite music. So yeah, I'll show you the riffs. Hopefully you like them. Okay, so that's basically in a nutshell what I was trying to teach you. It's a little sloppy, but like I said, I haven't played a lot of this stuff in like forever, so yeah, I apologize. So I'm going to talk a little bit more and say some stuff because I feel like it'd be useful. Maybe it's irrelevant, but fuck it. And after that, I'll start explaining the riffs. This tuning I mentioned, it's not in standard, it's an alternate tuning, is FACGCE. So you tune the low E string half a step up to an F, you change the D string down a step to a C, and you change the B string half a step up to a C. So after that you get, and it's kind of tuned to like a major chord, like which makes it really bright, because normally in standard to play these like suspended and major 7 progressions, you'd have to like play chords shaped like that or like that or like that, and they're kind of awkward. But in this tuning you can like play a lot of these crazier chords, like, and just really like odd sounding chords you wouldn't be able to do in standard as easily, like with like 3 fingers, and just play with the open notes. If you've ever heard of American football, which I don't know how you have, if like, or you haven't if you like are watching this and haven't heard of them, that'd be kind of weird, because they made the style popular basically for this tuning at least. There's probably other stuff like Pele and like just, I don't know, other bands like Slint, I guess, maybe even, I don't know, that used like that play the style, but they made this tuning popular for sure. So if you've ever heard like really bad. I don't even know if that second part's right, but whatever, it's close enough. Yeah, they definitely, like, the Kinsella brothers really revolutionized this style, and along with, like, their pal Victor Villarreal and whatnot, who is, like, Twinkle God, I guess. Anywho, yeah, it's a fun tuning, it's a fun way of playing, and, I guess I'll just start explaining these riffs to you. Only other thing I have to say, other than, yeah, I'm sorry for being sloppy again, because I just relearned, like, a bunch of this stuff, like, not, like, an hour or two ago, maybe a little less. I'm not in the most sober mind to play this, so I apologize if I've messed up. Other than that, my video tools are like, or editing tools are like next to nothing. Basically just have this tablet, and I might like be able to cut a few things out of the video, but normally don't like to because then it's just like kind of pauses, like, and it's kind of weird. So I fuck up, I fuck up. So I'll tell you, I'll explain like where I messed up and like play it for you out again, and hopefully it'll be understandable again. Other than that, the only other thing is everything I'm teaching you is on 5th fret on capo 5. All my riffs are there for this thing. And I'm not going to explain the notes from the capo, like, or the frets from the capo. So, example, like the 8th fret isn't going to be the 3rd. Like, that just gets confusing to me, and I'll just confuse you guys like way too much, and I won't be able to process this. So yeah, I'll teach you the riffs now. Here's the first one. If you don't remember, it's this is like a perfect example of like what this like an alternate tuning can do. It's so cool. It's like you can like basically, since you're tuned to like this major chord and you've got the capo on to pull it off, like to top it off, like you're in some really bright key, and you're just that's so cool, and it's just open. So when you start like hammering on and like play the corresponding notes in the scale, it sounds really nice. And so you can basically just hammer on and pull off with like open notes, like with both your fretting and picking hand, and that sounds really cool. So yeah, or not, I don't know if it does, you tell me. But yeah, here's the first riff. It starts on the 8 of the A, and then the 9 of the D, and then you go to the 10 of the G, and to the 7 of the B. That's the first part. Practices is just kind of like go like that if you're like skipping a string, because I was doing that like not too long ago, like an hour ago, and just started doing that. Like after a few minutes, I could kind of do it, and then add the last note when you feel confident enough to like do that. Yeah, and then that's the first part of the riff. So it's. The second part is over here, and you start on the 14 of the B, and then you hit the 14 of the G, you hit the 13 of the high E, and you pull off open, and then you hit the 12 of the B, and you pull off open. So. Last thing I do is like on the 4th time, you don't even have to do this, is like the slide from the 7 to 9 to end it, like to resolve it, and go into the next riff. Yeah, that's 7 to 9 on the B, and then pull off. So that's the first part. So once again, it's like 8, 9, 10, 7, 14, 14, 13, pull off, 12, pull off. So that's the first riff. I can play it once more, and then I'll go into the next one. Like 8 on the A, 7 on the D. Sorry. 8 on the A, 9 on the D, 10 on the G, 7 on the B, 14 on the B, 14 on the G, 13 on the high E, pull off, 12 on the B, pull off. So on to the next part. I don't know if you remember, but it's okay, so that one's a little more complex. Take a little bit more time to explain that one. But it's actually pretty simple. It's just a lot of fast finger work. Once you get like this hand good, like both for like kind of tapping and like picking like this alternate string stuff. Usually like there are like a few people that are just so wild at it, like that are just so fucking ridiculous that I can't, you know, keep up. But like for a lot of the stuff, it's a lot. You wouldn't think it's crazy as like what they're playing, like, but there are a couple of people that can do it like really well, like Pete from Invalids is fucking god. I don't know what the hell he plays in, but whatever he does, he just needs to keep doing it because it's crazy. And then like Tim from TTNG and Gatmar, St. Peter, Simon, check, he's really fucking good too. Check it out. I don't know who else. There's so many bands. I'm just like going off Algernon, whatever. Anywho, so this riff. This riff starts out on the open A, and you go to the 7 and the 8 of the A string. Hammer on. You hit the 7 of the D, you hit the open G. Those are your first few notes. And in the process of doing that, you've made this chord, which is really popular in FACGCE. It's like just those open notes, and you can add like ring finger on the high E, like that, and I do that later in the riff and I'll show you, but this is like a really stable chord. It's really easy, and you can write a lot of cool stuff with it. I would definitely mess around with it if I were you. So anyways, first four notes are, so 0 on the A, 7, 8, 7 on the D, open G. The next part is, you put like ring finger on the 8 on the high E, and you hit the high E, and then you hit the B, open B, and the open G, and the open B again. So you form. So 8 on the high E, open B, open G, open B. So the whole riff, that whole first part is. The next part is a different chord. It's. And that part is, it's 8 on the high E, 7 on the G, and 9 on the D. And the B is left open, and you just strum, or like, kind of upstrum those 4 strings, like that. If you have trouble, I think I did, like, when I was first starting, like, just did that, and just build speed. Okay, anyways, so you do, once you do that, afterwards you hit the high E and the high B, so it's like, so that first riff is, and slow it's, sorry, that was a little wrong. Just weird playing this stuff slow because I never play in general, and it's like I'm used to playing it one way and then I just forget where I'm going. So that's what it is. So fast one more time is. Okay, so the next part is this. Okay, so that part is 12 on the G, 12 on the B, slide to the 10, and just like form a little like 2-finger bar, and then you hit the open high E and the open B. So, and then the next part is 12 to the 14 on the D, 12 on the G, and then open B. So. Thing is like a strum chord. It's like I'll show you how to play it. It's on the 13 of the A, the 14 of the D, and the 14 of the G, and the 12 of the 12 of the B. I'm sorry. So 13 of the A, 13 of the A, 14 of the D, 14 of the G, and then 12 of the B. And I like when I start with, I like to pull off the B string index to the 12 of the G, and keep the rest of the strings open, and the what you already have pressed down keep the same, and you get that, and you hit the high E. So and then you hit the open B, and the 12 on the G, and the open B. So the next part is like this little sweep riff. I guess I don't know if it's technically a sweep. I'm probably not even doing it right, like, but I don't have a pick, so I just kind of do that thing. And I tap like the 19 of the B. So I'll show you the sweep. It's 12 of the low E, 13 of the A, 14 of the D, 14 of the G, and then 12 of the B. So it's like kind of like that chord that you did before, but you're kind of sweeping it like from the low E. And then you tap on the 19, the 19 of the B string, open, and that's that part. So from like where we were going, it's and like fast, it's so yeah. The only other part to that riff is this part. Okay, so that part's really easy. It's a lot of open notes against. So you start from the 12, the high E, and you slide down to the 10, and you hit the open B and the open G. And then you go from the 10 to the 8, and you do the exact same thing. You hit the open B and the open G. So 12 to 10, open, 10 to the 8, open. And this next part is two notes, like hit the open A, so you hit the bass note, and you hit, at the same time, you hit the 7 of the B, and you slide up to the 9, and you slide back, and you pull off. So, while at the same time, of course, remember, hit the low A. You don't have to, but it's a bass note, and it sounds kind of nice in there, like, kind of like, you know, it has that resolve-ish feel to it. And after that, it's, where was I? And you slide from the 9 to the 10 on the G, and then you hit the open high E, open B, and then it's that first chord, remember, to finish it off, to resolve it, is, remember how we formed that, like, shape? It's this one, it's like 8 on the A, and 7 on the D, and you finger pick it. It's the only difference this time. It's, you hit the 8 of the A and the open B at the same time, and then you hit the open G, and then you hit the 7 of the D, and you hit the open high E. So then you move it down to where your finger is on the 10 of the A and the 9 of the D, and you now you put your ring finger on the 10 of the B string, and you hit the exact same pattern as you did before. So from the sweep, it sounds like. Okay, so yeah, that's the first riff, or the second riff, I'm sorry. Once again, I'll play it slow all the way through, and then I'll play it fast, and then we'll go to the last riff, and then we'll be done. Okay, so... Sorry, I'll play it slower. I didn't mean to play it that fast, just gotta happen. So at full speed. It sounds a little something like that. I messed up the speed. But anywho, that's the first riff, or the second riff. Damn. Yeah. And the last one, or how it finishes, I finish it like in the example that I showed you way back 20 minutes ago, was, so I'm just kind of repeat that once again to go into the next one, or you can keep going and make it like build up, like... then I go into this riff to finish it. Yeah, that's that one. I normally actually play that with delay. It like kind of rings out like really well. I would... Nah, I don't feel like wasting more time. I would put it on my delay pedal, but it's unplugged and whatnot. But I'll just show you how to play this riff, and then you can experiment it and change it up. Like I said, like, this stuff is, like, it's not even meant to really be, like, just played as it is. Just, like, mess around with it and, like, take it and use it as your own, and change it up a little bit. Like, don't just throw my part in your song if you really want to, I guess. But, like, you know, the point of this was to, like, kind of just... show you how to play some stuff, and then, you know, you can take something and make something better than my shit. Like, it's, like, not the greatest stuff anyways, so, yeah, anywho, I'll show you how to play this last riff. Just put your 4 fingers on the, 10th fret of the, the 10th fret, you just strum down that chord, and then when you get to the high E, you put your index onto the, to the 8, and you hit the 8, and you also hit this open A, the bass note, and you go back up the chord for the B, and the G, and the B again. Okay, so that's the finger picking part, and then you have the tap, which once you've finished that part, you move your index finger back, and then you start tapping the 15 to the 17 on the A, and then 14 on the D, and then 15 on the G, 14 on the B, and you pull off. So, sorry. Okay, and the last part is, 13 on the B, or the high E, and 12 to the 14 on the B. Sorry, that was confusing, I got confused. So, it is 15, or 17, 17 to 19 on the B, 17 to 19 on the G, 14 to 12 on the D, 12 on the G, 13 on the high E, 12 to 14 on the B string. So that's how you play that part. And the only difference on the second time around you play it is you just go, once you do the, you slide from the 17 to the 19 on the B to finish it. You like to hold it, you know, and just, yeah, that's the whole riff. So once again, it starts on the 10th fret. So you go down the chord and you go to the A and hit the open A at the same time, remember? And you hit the B, the G, and the B again. And then you go back, you put your index finger back, and then you start tapping the 15 to 17 pull off, 14 on the D, and then 15 on the G, then 14 on the B, and then 17 to 19 on the B, pull off, 17 to 19 on the G, pull off, 12 or 14 to 12 on the D, 12 on the G, 13 on the high E, 12 to 14 on the B, and then depending on the repetition, 17 to 19 on the B. So that's the whole thing, man. One more time, it sounds like. It sounds crazy with delay. Like, give it a shot. Yeah, that's all the riffs I had. I'll show you how to. I'll try to play them once my fingers are tired. Like, I've been playing all day. But I'll try to play it from the beginning. And then we'll be at a wrap. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, only other thing, just let me know if this was helpful or not. This is like going to 30 minutes, I don't know how much more space I have. Only any, like, just let me know if this was helpful. If it wasn't, just tell me why, and maybe I can redo it and, like, explain further. If it was, tell me what you think, if you like them, if you don't like them. Last minute riff to learn, I'm not going to show you how to play it, but I'll play it for you, and maybe you can find it out. Alright, thanks guys. Awesome, thanks for watching. Tomorrow St. Peter. They're really good. Any last things I should say? Was pretty stoned for this, so I'm sorry if I wasn't clear. or some other bands to check out. Chon is my favorite band ever right now, so check them out because they are fucking fantastic and fucking awesome. Check them out. Thanks.